Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Monday, April 24, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Laws coming to protect Guyana against espionage, terrorism. Family details how murdered woman was kidnapped at gunpoint as PMEs for victim and suspect completed. New measures announced for NGSA 2023. Government agrees to send single window bill to special select committee, and local coffee houses urged to up their game as Starbucks officially opens in Guyana. Now for the news in detail. Two new bills, one that will see the creation of the National Intelligence and Security Agency, and the other that will allow for the recognition of enforcement of foreign judgments, were on Monday introduced to the National Assembly. Tasia Dickinson has the details.
As the 63rd sitting of the National Assembly got underway, the National Intelligence and Security Agency bill was presented to the House by Attorney General Anil Nandlal.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to request that Bill number 5 of 2023, National Intelligence and Security Agency Bill 2023, be read for the first time.
Let the bill be read the first time.
In the bill, provision is made for the creation of an intelligence agency that will, among other things, protect Guyana against espionage, terrorism, and sabotage. The agency will also protect against agencies within or outside of Guyana, as well as against foreign powers seeking to undermine the state. There is also scope for the agency to collaborate with other foreign agencies in the interest of national security. The other legislation, the Foreign Judgments Reciprocal Enforcement Bill, was also introduced by the Attorney General. In this bill, the government will be clarifying the process of enforcing court judgments for or against persons overseas. For instance, Clause 4 specifies the list of judgments covered by the Act, including monetary and non-monetary judgments and civil court orders. Clause 9 also allows for persons against whom a judgment is made to seek to set it aside. The grounds under which the foreign judgment can be set aside includes if the original court did not have the jurisdiction. Tasia Dickinson for the Evening News.
The man who was wanted for the murder of his former lover has turned up dead, and his autopsy report has been made available to detectives who continue to probe the circumstances surrounding his and his alleged victim's murder. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports.
The body of the man who was wanted in connection with the murder of his former lover was on Sunday morning discovered floating in the Kanji River, Region 6. Dead is 50-year-old Sunil Durga of Betsy Ground Village, East Kanji. Police say, acting on information received, they went to Brotherson Village, Kanji River, Berbice, where the body was seen floating face down. Just 2 days prior, police had issued a wanted bulletin for Durga for questioning into the murder of his former partner, 36-year-old Talisa Diamandio, with whom he has a 10-year-old child. The body of Diamandio, a housewife formerly of Crabwood Creek, was found at about 7 hours on Friday at Creek Dam, Betsy Ground Village, East Kanji, Berbice. The body was wrapped in a blanket at the time of the discovery. It was examined for marks of violence and a wound was seen to the neck. In fact, the police say the neck was almost severed. An autopsy performed on the body of Diamandio on Monday gave the cause of death as shock and hemorrhage due to a cut to the corduroid and fracture to the cervical spine. Following the discovery of the woman's body on Friday, Durga had gone missing and family members subsequently started a frantic search for the man. According to his brother, Chowdarilal Rameshnath, checks were made for him along the Kanji River on Saturday, but he was not found.
Somebody called at my brother home and say how my body float the creek, Brotherson pump area. And all of we gather up and buy gas and we go free.
When you went there, what you all saw?
We get on the right hand over on the creek and we get over. We see he over, we see back. We can't see nothing, we cannot show except he back. So we wait till the police come, identify the body.
An autopsy performed on the body of Durga gave the cause of death as drowning. You saw the body? If it had marks, any marks?
No mark of violence. No matter what, the police and nothing, no problem.
Durga leaves to mourn 5 brothers and 1 sister. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
On the same story, Andrew Carmichael joins us again with this report from the family of the now dead woman detailing the moment she was kidnapped at gunpoint.
36-year-old Talisa Demandio was on Friday last found dead on a sheep farm in East Kanji about 1 week after she was reportedly kidnapped at gunpoint from her mother's home at Blairmont. The woman's neck was almost severed. On April 14th, the housewife was allegedly abducted. The matter was reported to the Blairmont police station. Checks were made for her in both regions 5 and 6, but to no avail. Speaking with the Evening News, the now dead woman's mother, Gayatri Silo Chan, related why her daughter left her Crabwood Creek home to stay with her. The woman was married to her husband of 8 years and she has 2 children for him. The woman also has a 3rd child for her ex-lover, Sunil Durga, who was also turned up dead.
She called me one day and she told me that she was when she get a problem. So she said, Mommy, she never money. Sometimes she okay. That they contact you. And she said, all right. She come about 6, but 9:30 time, she come in night and I pay the camera $11,000 for bringing from Skillet. On Friday, I think she go back. And she said she would come back the next morning. She didn't come back the morning. I called her phone, she didn't answer. She called Sunday morning, I called, she answered. She said, Mommy, I said, what wrong with you? You never come home? She said, yes, Mommy, I come. That made no problem. She come home, me ask you, what wrong? Me see he so they on bed, dead in and red. So me ask you, what wrong, Pepe? She said, no, Mommy, said, heat. I said, next morning, you know, me see this eye black and blue. So I said, no, this no look like that. It's like with your legs. Then she said, yes, Mommy. Say, how? But here tell him, ask him, give them 2 children. If a Gion, and she said, no, my Gion. And only Justin alone. He pick up the cutlass and start Brad said she.
According to Silo Chan, on April 14th, a car pulled up outside of her home and 3 males exited and entered her yard.
They had 2 guns, 1 gun and 2 cutlass sharp like this so. And they run up to my daughter and take a duct tape and duct tape she mouth and duct tape she hand. And one run up with the gun for my son neck. Tell him walk in the kitchen, so he go in the kitchen.
The man demanded money and jewelry from her son. Meanwhile, one of the intruders, she said, took away her daughter's cellular phone and a gold chain she was wearing at the time worth $140,000.
Push she and say walk, so she take she hand and pull out the duct tape. She called the man's son in a name. But not remember by name. And she said, why you carry me? I said, oh, why me? Do I you nothing? Then said, I don't want you. And walk with she and put she in the car. Really, so then take all 3 children to bring them by the road. So them children stand up by the road, then them not see the father. So the grandson walk up to the car and say, Daddy, say, what you gonna do with Mommy? Tell the boy, back. So the grandson, when they pull off with the speed and shook she back, seat and all them by jumping and then gone right straight and then gone.
Meanwhile, the body of Durga was fished out of the Kanji River on Sunday morning.
It is a life, but I'm not glad what happened, but he chose to do that. It's God's life and he take his own life. What we gonna do? Can't do nothing.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
The man who was behind the wheel of the motor car that crashed into a coker at Friendship on the east bank of Demerara on Sunday afternoon has succumbed to his injuries. Dead is Sean Lee, a disc jockey popularly known as Gaza Prince. Lee and the passenger were trapped in the submerged vehicle and had to be pulled to safety by public-spirited citizens. Videos of the rescue operation were posted to social media and they show citizens struggling to get the car door open. Eventually, they removed the victims who were badly injured. The passenger, a woman identified only as Kimberly, is said to be battling for her life. Meanwhile, 2 motorcyclists are now dead following a head-on collision at Tamari Public Road, East Bank, Demerara on Saturday evening. The dead men are 20-year-old Romeo Reed of Hyde Park, Tamari, East Bank, Demerara, and 31-year-old Leonardo Rivers of Block R, Sierra Joanna, East Bank, Demerara. The accident occurred at about 21:30 hours and involved motorcycles CJ7405 and CG9504, the former being ridden by Reed and the latter by Rivers. Police stated that at the time of the accident, Reed had a pillion rider, Leon Burnett, and was riding at a fast rate of speed. Neither of them was wearing a helmet at the time. Reavers, who was riding motorcycle CG9504, was proceeding along the roadway in the opposite direction, also at a fast rate of speed, without a helmet. Police stated that Reavers overtook a motor car and ended up in the path of motorcycles CJ7405, thus causing a head-on collision. As a result, both motorcyclists and the pillion rider fell onto the roadway and received injuries to their heads and bodies. They were all picked up and escorted to the Diamond Diagnostic Center, where Reed and Reavers died while receiving treatment. On the other hand, Burnett was treated and admitted as a patient in the male surgical ward, suffering from pain in the body and lacerations to the face. His condition is regarded as stable. Coming up, new MP Dr. Asha Kissoon vows to be agent of change, and local coffee houses urged to up their game as Starbucks officially opens in Guyana. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
For bid, performance, retention, advanced mobilisation or customs bonds, bond with us. Fuel your success. Call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Premier Insurance. Premier insurance coverage.
It's the big taste you love. Devon Big Six for when you want more. Devon Big Six, the biggest six in Guyana. More chocolate, more custard, more value. Devon Big Six. Put a smile on your face.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to the ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Play and win with Superbet. Visit an agent near you to play all your favorite games. Superbet, your best bet. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. As part of the Ministry of Education's efforts to support pupils writing the National Grade 6 Assessment on May 3 and 4, 2023, several measures have been taken. In a social media announcement, Minister of Education Priya Manikchand stated that pupils writing NGSA will now have more time to complete their exams. This year, some 15,268 learners are expected to sit the examinations. She also noted that for the first time, the examination papers will be translated for the Spanish-speaking learners. In addition to this, the number of examination centers has increased to 517. This means pupils will no longer have to travel far distances to complete their examinations. The results from the 2023 sitting of the National Grade 6 Assessment is due by July 11, 2023. In a concession to the parliamentary opposition and concerns they have expressed, the government has committed to having the Planning and Development Single Window System Bill sent to a special select committee for further examination. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
In a presentation to the National Assembly on Monday, Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell spoke of the importance of the Planning and Development Single Window Bill.
This proposed legislation, once approved, will replace the paper existing base system with an electronic portal, as I said, which can be accessed from anywhere in the world. Users will be able to submit their applications and supporting documents electronically. Check, and equally, users will be able to check the status of their application from the comfort of their home or offices, as well as allow decision makers to monitor the performance of the various agencies and ministries, as this legislation includes timelines associated with each component of the process, which will hold all the approving agencies involved in this approval process, which will hold all of them accountable.
He also chided the opposition for the length of time it took them before they submitted recommendations on the bill after most stakeholders had submitted theirs.
Consultations have been ongoing even as the portal is being constructed. We are just 2 months away from the launch, Mr. Speaker. I wish to note, and we want to talk about fraud is fraud. Let me make this point. I wish to note that on the 21st of April, that's a few days ago, the opposition members issued a press release which claimed to have concerns about this bill and made assumptions about the consultations and the effectiveness of the bill. But for more than 5 months, my friends across the aisle did nothing, said nothing about this bill. And now 2 months before the launching of the online portal, they seem to have been now awakened from their slumber.
Notwithstanding this delay, Minister Crowell committed to having the bill sent to a special select committee for further examination. In their presentations, opposition members of parliament stressed that they support the bill in principle and lauded the government for agreeing to have the bill re-examined. However, they noted that they have specific concerns. Among the concerns raised by the opposition is a provision in the bill that determines how persons are to appeal decisions against them. Opposition MP Amansa Walton this year said that the opposition is against the cabinet having the right to review tribunal decisions. Meanwhile, Opposition MP Ganesh Mahipal elaborated on other amendments they wish to make to the bill. This includes having opposition-nominated representatives on the committee that will be overseeing the single window system.
Section 18.2 currently reads that the committee shall comprise the following members: a chairperson appointed by the minister, the director of the unit, one person appointed by the minister from the private sector, having knowledge and experience of matters relevant to land development and drawn from the areas of business, finance, law, physical planning, natural science, land surveying, and architecture or engineering, and two persons appointed by the minister after consultation with the professional bodies representing professional land use planners, architects, engineers, and land surveyors. Sir, we are simply proposing to add to this list a nominee from the leader of the opposition. And we do so against the backdrop of talking about inclusivity.
Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Here is Gerald Bryan once again with this report on Dr. Asha Kissoon, leader of smaller party The New Movement, who has officially taken her seat in the National Assembly. More in this report.
At the start of the 63rd sitting of the National Assembly on Monday, the New Movement leader Dr. Asha Kissoon was sworn in as a Member of Parliament. She replaces Liberty and Justice Party LJP former MP Lennox Schumann. Schumann resigned from the National Assembly last month, and accordingly, TNM wrote GCOM requesting Dr. Kissoon's name be extracted. Dr. Kissoon will serve in the National Assembly for 80 days according to the agreement between her party, LJP, and a new and united Guyana, ANOG. The three parties, through a joined the list, earned one seat in the National Assembly. After being welcomed by both sides of the House, Dr. Kissoon vowed to be an agent of change in politics.
I do give my word and my dedication that I will represent my office with much dignity and honor. With all the international uncertainty that's going on, Guyana needs to lead by example on an international scale. And I urge our leaders, myself included, as we go forward, that we put the people of Guyana first. We must remember that even though we say we're one Guyana, one people, we need to value and appreciate our unity in our diversity. Appreciate the different ethnic groups in Guyana as we go forward. As I stand before you, I not only aim to enforce change, but much improvement where it's needed.
The three joined the parties collectively won a single seat in the 65-seat National Assembly following the 2020 general and regional elections. LJP secured the most votes with 2,657, while ANOG and TNM secured 2,313 and 244 respectively. According to the joint agreement, LJP was supposed to occupy the seat for 2 years, 6 months, and 20 days, while ANOG would serve for 2 years and 5 months. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
American multinational coffee house chain Starbucks has officially opened its first location in Guyana, in a move which is expected to challenge local cafes to up their games. Tasia Dickinson reports that the grand opening of the multi-million-dollar investment was done in the presence of President Dr. Irfan Ali and other officials. Here's this story.
Located at Amazonia Mall Providence, East Bank Demerara, Starbucks Guyana will officially open to the Guyanese public on Tuesday. The franchise was brought to Guyana's shores by Prestige Holdings Guyana Limited. Speaking at the grand opening ceremony on Monday, President Dr. Irfan Ali said the opening of this international franchise should encourage local coffee houses to up their games. Moreover, the head of state urged Starbucks to introduce some local cuisine items on its menu.
I do not see the arrival of Starbucks coffee here as a competition to our local coffee shops. It is like when we brought the Marriott to Guyana. Those who narrowly viewed that decision thought, this is competition coming to kill out the local hotel industry. But it is actually complementary. It adds value. It adds value. And that is what is important. We must understand that we live in a different Guyana and a different world. Every brand is going to come. We have to improve. We have to get better. We have to make our own brand and our own system more efficient. That is what is key. That is what is important. And global brands have the tendency of pushing local brands to up their game, up their standards.
President Ali also spoke of the significance of this investment in the country, specifically the service industry.
This is what will help us to develop world-class, world standard, just like our coffee. So I see this as an important investment for the services industry, a greater vote of confidence in Guyana and the economy and where we're going. But I urge Starbucks to go beyond the normal, to go after that 1%, and to incorporate that 1% in what you do. Also, in your showcase here, I would love to see our local pastries.
Meanwhile, the CEO of Prestige Holdings, Mr. Simon Harding, shared that every Starbucks cafe partners with a local organization within the community to give back.
I am pleased to say that we have partnered with the Save a Bee Foundation as the community partner for our first Starbucks at Amazonia Mall. The Save a Bee Foundation aims to improve the quality of life for children in Guyana by providing free lessons for grade 6 students, medical outreach, as well as community outreach programs.
Starbucks is offering a wide array of options at prices to match the local market. Starbucks also intends to open other locations across the country in the future. Tasia Dickinson for the Evening News.
The long-awaited MV Milo ferry, which was built by Indian firm Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited at a cost of US $12.7 million, has officially been commissioned and will now ply the Northwest Georgetown route. Rupasina Ryan joins us now to report that during the ceremony on Sunday to mark the commissioning of the vessel, President Dr. Irfan Ali highlighted its significance to Guyana's development.
President Dr. Irfan Ali shared at the stage with dignitaries including Indian Affairs Minister Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, who ended his visit to Guyana on Sunday. He noted that, among other things, the MV Milo vessel will serve as an important conduit for trade between Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the wider Caribbean region.
One of the greatest hindrances in us fast-tracking our food potential is our transportation system. Now, this vessel took about 59 hours sailing from Trinidad to Guyana. 59 hours. From Region 1, this vessel will take about 11 to 14 hours, I'm told. 15 hours. From Region 1, it will take 15 hours to Trinidad. Why am I saying this? Because we are very futuristic in what we are thinking. Region 1 has the capacity to produce all the cassava, eddos, sweet potatoes, yams, turmeric, ginger, and cage-cultured fish that the entire Trinidad and Tobago can utilize.
He noted that with the ship's cold storage capability, commodities like crab meat can be transported from Region 1 to Georgetown. This is a commodity that is high in demand in the oil and gas industry. As such, the vessel will open up opportunities for value-added food production. Additionally, however, primary products like ginger and turmeric can also be transported. There is even an opportunity for high-demand crops to be exported to international markets.
This ship of friendship is an opportunity now to open up a new discourse with India on building on this project to the next project, that is replacement of fleet here, but more importantly, making use of this opportunity of trade between Region 1 and Trinidad and along the rest of CARICOM.
Among the other advantages of the new vessel is that it will be more fuel efficient. President Ali revealed that the operating costs of the current vessels, such as the MV Kimbia, is almost $12 million per month, most of which can be chalked up to fuel costs. Meanwhile, Dr. Jai Shankar spoke about the ferry as the continuation of a long-standing collaboration between Guyana and India.
Our cooperation is human-centric. It reflects the priorities of the people and the government of Guyana. Over the years, our two countries have collaborated in several areas of interest which directly impact the lives of the people, and some of our notable projects in this country include a cricket stadium in Georgetown, a center of excellence in IT, modernization of sugar plants, installation of solar traffic lights, amongst others.
Rupa Sinarayan, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Tuesday, April 25th at 4:15 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Tuesday, April 25th at 6:40 hours for a period of 1.5 hours.
Santa Rosa comes from behind to clinch Milo title, and GBF 3-on-3 Women's Tournament postponed. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
John Lewis Styles has opened a new department, now offering home goods. Here you can find quality sheets and towels, pillows, blankets and even bath mats and shower curtains. Organize your laundry with clothes baskets, fabric steamers, irons and ironing boards. For the kitchen we have small appliances, towels and mittens, pot sets and dinner sets too. Decorate the house with mirrors, picture frames, floating shelves and decorative pillows. All these and more on Waterloo Street. It's fashion for the home. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Wash Bay operators, are you looking for that unique service to elevate your business? Well, come on down to your #1 industrial store, Sylvie's, and invest in an undercarriage pressure washer tool. That's right, impress your customers by now washing under their vehicles easy and efficiently with an undercarriage tool. We have in stock different types that offer a wider range of services and can increase your revenue without having to invest in expensive ramps. Your customers are going to leave satisfied. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets location, we can deliver in and around Georgetown. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Welcome back to this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp. Hundreds turned out at the Ministry of Education ground on Carafesta Avenue on Sunday night to witness what was a game fit for a final when the Milo Schools Football Tournament 2023 concluded in fine style, with Santa Rosa Secondary becoming first-time champions. Here's a recap. The highly anticipated final showdown in this year's Milo Schools Football Tournament, hosted on Sunday night, resulted in Santa Rosa Secondary hoisting the championship trophy, but not before a highly entertaining final. The Ministry of Education ground on Carafesta Avenue, Georgetown, was flooded with spectators who were treated to a game that went all the way down to penalty kicks. The tale of Santa Rosa's comeback all started with 2 quick-fire goals from Chase's Academy in the first half. First, Captain Sion Cato executed a fine header for the first goal in the 22nd, while Matre Martin followed up with a simple tap-in in the 24th for Chase's 2-goal advantage. The score remained the same until the second half, where Santa Rosa returned with a vengeance. Their captain, Ron Van Slootman, finally broke the ice in the 50th minute with a well-placed free kick. In the 73rd, Van Slootman made it a 2-2 game with a header. The scores remained locked until the 83rd minute, when Chase's Justin Alcindor converted a set piece for their third goal. The lead did not last for long. Santa Rosa's Nelson Lucas capitalized on the goalkeeper's misjudgment to level the scores again in the 84th. When extra time bore no fruit, the game went down to penalties, from which Santa Rosa prevailed 5-3. Here's a look at some of the action and their winning moment. Also gracing the Milo final was Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell, who was rather impressed with what he witnessed.
But before I talk about the finalists, I think we need to start off by saying and giving a big round of applause for football, because the winner for this tournament is actually football in Guyana. And so what we have learned over the last few weeks is that if opportunity is created equally for everyone, it doesn't matter where you come from, you will find persons being able to compete.
Meanwhile, in the third-place playoff, Carmel Secondary easily overcame Mackenzie High 3-0. Goals from Samuel Ferguson, Shem James, and Ian Daniels did the trick for Carmel. When it came to individual prizes, Carmel's Ian Daniels was the tournament's highest goal scorer with 13 goals. Santa Rosa's Enrique Williams and Roy Van Slootman were named Best Goalkeeper and MVP, respectively. The Region 1 outfit was also adjudged the most disciplined team. For the Evening News Sport, Jemima Holmes. Cricket West Indies and the Bangladesh Cricket Board on Monday morning announced the match schedule for the upcoming Men's A-Team series in Bangladesh. Here is more. The West Indies A-Team will arrive in Bangladesh for an A-Team series on May 11, 2023 and play 3 4-day test matches at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium in Sylhet. According to CWI, these matches will have full first-class status. This will be the second West Indies Men's A-Team series since 2020, when COVID-19 caused major disruptions. It is a reciprocal tour by West Indies A following the Bangladesh A-Team's visit last August, when they played 2